Alright, so what we have here today is yet another piece of cherry, but this piece of cherry is a little different. It's a nice branch, thicker base down the middle. But we've got two small branches that goes off to the sides. You can already see that there's going to be a lot of feathering and a crotch piece in here. Right now we're starting off at about 17 inches by about 7 or 8 inches wide in the widest portion. So what I'm thinking about doing is either hollowing or a vase style item with this one, but I'm thinking about cutting it right about here, and I can still get a couple small bowls out of this top piece here with a little bit of feather. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. It'll be probably around 9 inches to 10 inches if I cut it around in here. So and then, like I said, it'll either be a spindle hollowing, or I'm really wanting to do a spindle work with this one. I just have a feeling that a lot of this figure is going to really pop out if I did that. So let's see what the back looks like. Well, the side and the back. As you can see, there's going to be some more right in here too. Alright, so we'll get it cleaned up, cut up, and get rolling on it. We're at about 6:15. We've got right here in the center is the larger piece, so hopefully we can get this worked down. Alright. Yeah, I'm starting to see in here some really good figure. Got some cracks I'm going to go ahead and take care of now on these cracks and knots. That's what I'm trying to get out. Alright, I'll handle some of those. Let me see if I can. That's as far in as it'll allow me to zoom, so right there. Alright, let's see what we can do. Alright, looks good for now. We'll let it dry and pick it back up again. Let's see how much the glue has dried. Lower our tool rest a little bit, and we're just going to do some scraping. I already like the setup. I just need to get the crack stopped. Yeah, it needs more. Still too much of a stain being seen. But then again, I'm removing the tenon later, so I just have to worry about the foot. Okay, now we can work on the rest of the pieces. All right. Nope, stop. Glue's not done drying. I can start to see it to pile up on the tool. So I'll hit it and hit it with the spray again to stop it from continuing to move. So we'll have to wait some more time before we can get back in here and work this piece here. So I have to hold again. Alright, I think we're ready for sanding on the outside and down here. I'm really not going to mess with the top portion yet. I'm keeping it simple because there's a lot of grain in here throughout that I'm trying to keep. If it looks pretty, keep it simple. If you have simple grain, make it look pretty. It's definitely not the exact phrase, but that's what we're going to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and sand. I'll just sand this part out and then we'll be good. Okay, we're sanded to 400. We're going to hit it with some denatured alcohol. Clean it up and pop it. And yes, there is some good grain. I will move the camera and show you again, but you can see it right here around the base. Right here around the base. And then I'll show you the ones around the top side as well. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and move our camera real quick. We'll get a readjustment in. Right in here. And right there. Alright, we'll let it dry, hit it with 600 and bring it back. Okay, we're sanded 600, so we don't have any burrs or anything popping up. It's time to go ahead and sanding seal. This is the part, one of the parts right here that I'm really liking. Got another spot coming up right here. It's got a lot of figure in it. All right, time to get this spun around. I'll work on getting that little piece off there. Hopefully this time I won't destroy it like I almost did the cherry bowl. Okay, we've got it flipped around. It's not 100% true, but after all the work I did on the sides, I am going to make some adjustments up on the top here. The first thing we're going to do is flatten it off and then decide how I want to work the lip. We're at 960. I think that's going to turn out alright. We'll just do a simple little rounded off lip so we don't mess up too much. Alright, now we'll just work on hollowing. I know I could have used a Forstner bit with the tailstock, but I'm going to do it the long and hard, arduous way for now, until I get tired of it. Yeah, I think I'm going to set up the Forstner bit all this time, and I'm only about a quarter of the way down. Let's see what we can do with this. We'll set this up and bring you back. We're about halfway down. I just got finished using the Forstner bit, so I'm going to go ahead and do some sanding. Just a little bit. I won't do all the final sanding until we're all the way down, but I want to try to get at least up to 120, 240 up in here, and then I can push a little further down. So let's go ahead and knock that out. Okay, we're halfway down the vase, and I'm ready to go ahead and start throwing some more Forstner bits down the throat of it. So we're going to go ahead and get that going, and then we shall do some more sanding. But we'll start out with our small bit, and then we'll go from there. Let's see how far we can go. Alright, looks like we'll be able to hit all the way down to the bottom. I'm at 537. I want to go down to about 9 inches from the top, and right now we're hitting at about 7. We might be able to do this, so let's keep it going. I'm at the extent of what I can go. That's 7. Oh wow. Okay. We'll just go ahead and change the Forstner bit size and go up. Where did I put my bit at? Or did I drop it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, we have to go wider before we can go deeper for these Forstner bits. We're getting stuck with the top of the Jacob's chuck hitting the bottom, which should be the next one. That should do it. Making sure I got that last little bit out of there. Let's see, what are we looking like? Oh yeah. We're all the way down to the bottom. We have 9 inches deep here. And the only tool that I have to make it is my carbide. It's long enough to where I can carefully get where I need to go with it. But we're going to let this cool off a little bit. Alright, I'm going to bring you back. I got my wife messaging me. I can hear it in my earpieces. But, let me see. Yeah, you can see down in there. We got still got some sawdust moving around. Okay, we're pretty much set up. I can go as far as I can. I'm just going to try to round it off the best I can. I don't think I'm going to get a really even wall thickness from about the halfway point down. I'm going to try it, but I don't have a true hollowing system yet. So we'll have to work with what we got for now. Alright. It may not get a full turning on the inside, but it's getting there. It's getting something. Alright, we're back. We're sanded to 400 on the inside and watered. Water popped and then sanded again at 400. The inside's not the best, again, because I don't have a hollowing system yet. But once I do, I'll be able to get further down in there. The outside actually turned out really good, well, the top rim, and there's a good amount of figure up in here. So, yeah, I think you can see a little bit of that, especially right in here when the camera's coming in. You got like a tiger stripe looking thing. Nice. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this in here. And then after I get it done, I'll just take and squirt some down in the bottom. The very bottom's really hard to get. And yes, I'm going thick in there the best I can. Alright, the sides look like they've been completely covered. But the very, very back I really can't get to. So once I take this off, I'll squirt some down the bottom, move it around, and we'll be good with that. Let me see how that looks in the camera. That corner down there, yeah, you can get a little bit of it. So we'll let this dry up. I'll sand it with 600 on the inside and outside, and then we'll hit it with some poly. Make it look shiny. Okay, we're back. We've had we sanded down the sanding sealer inside and out with 600 grit. So now we're going to hit it with the shiny stuff. Let's see what we get. Yeah, this is turning out all right. And then what we'll do is we'll let it sit in my little tent where I've got a heat lamp on, help it dry, and then when it's all said and done, I will remove the tenon off the bottom. But right now we just need to keep it on here so I can get this base coat on. And then we should be good. And yes, I will wet sand it and get all of this, any streaks out of it. All right. Way too much, I think, put on here. Yeah, I jumped on that a little too quick. Okay, but the outside's looking good. Get a little bit more light on there and see if it shines it up a little bit better for you. There you go, look at that. Alright, I'm going to work on the inside. I'll bring you back after we get finished, or I might bring you back for the tenon too. We'll see. Okay, we're back. We've got our vase sitting up here. As you can see, we got some pretty good figure points in here. Branch that was coming out. And then we've just got one coat of wipe on poly on it right now. So let me get that out of the way. We're going to do a wet sand. And I'll use 126 RPM. I should go a little bit lower, but I don't feel like changing my belts out and slowing it down. So we'll go at 126 RPM. And what I'll do, get it nice and wet. Now you don't have to soak it, but you want it wet enough to where while it's spinning, you get a slurry going. But you want to keep it wet so it doesn't create a dust, and it kind of polishes it as well. I'm using the 600 grit. I should have used the 800 grit on this, but the only thing that you're doing is you're smoothing out. You're smoothing out the last coat that you put on. The next coat will fill in any cracks and voids and put a better shine on it. See, now you can see the slurry coming off. And you can see it building up right here too. See that white line? This just levels it out. Wipe it down, see what it looks like. And then I'm gonna have to let it dry because it looks like some of the wood didn't get a good coat of poly on it, and you can see how it changed color because it got wet. So we'll let it dry, and you see a little bit up here as well. We'll let it dry back out, and then we'll put the second coat on the top. I'm going to go ahead and work on the inside, and when we let it dry, I'll bring you back when we put the next coat on.